and welcome to the Youth Business Lounge, where we discuss youth and business. Catch us every Saturday, 10 a.m. and repeat Sunday, same time. So today's episode, we are going to talk about the tourism trends and strategies that young people can actually take up and also earn from the tourism sector. Earlier on this year, or probably last year, the president talked about how domestic tourism has actually blossomed within the country. That means basically the Ugandans themselves are taking up visiting the tourism places within the country, and this shows that you can actually earn from the tourism sector as a young person. And today on set we have two people, and they are into tourism. They know what they are doing, and they're going to share hacks and tips on what you should do to earn from the tourism sector.
Well, as we uncover the hottest travel trends and destinations today, I'm more interested and excited about the strategies that we are going to share today that will empower the young people like me interested in the tourism industry to work so hard and become the trailblazers when it comes to this industry. Yeah.
Complete satisfaction.
I think
to me that's the most important thing that we need to talk about today. When someone travels somewhere, how can they be satisfied? And to me, of course, I'm excited that we are going to unlock all that. We're going to talk about how Curious Tours and Travels Agency has helped people gain what they want in terms of satisfaction. How have they been able to make tourism satisfactory in nature? Because it's one thing to travel somewhere and then you don't be satisfied with what you have seen. Because you see, tourism is about what you see, what you tell, and what you do at the end of it.
And your value for money, your value for that money you've paid for.
I want to travel, and then I come back and tell my family, you guys have seen gorillas I've never seen before. You guys have seen lions. I mean, I want to tell something. There should be something to tell every time I travel.
And we have someone to tell us.
Exactly. So I am excited. And I must say you're most welcome to the Youth Business Lounge. We're excited to have you today. I won't even introduce him. Let him introduce himself, because it's important that he speaks for himself. People must listen to your voice. You're most welcome.
Thank you so much. You're all most welcome to Curious Tours and Travel. It's a privilege being with you and sharing with you today. There's something I would like to tell you about Curious Tours and Travel. It was founded in 2022. That is like one or some months down the road. Yeah, it's a young company. As a young company, we made sure we worked on the different certifications. And as I talk now, it has a license provided by Uganda Tourism Board. And then also, we have enrolled as the member of Uganda Tour Operators. So with that, it gives us the full rights to serve the people in line with tourism better.
Okay. Yeah. That is a good thing. So basically, for a young person out there, you should streamline their business, legalize their business, because if you don't legalize it, you're going to make this money over the years, and then URA will just knock on your door one day and just count and take your money. And away from that, for a young person joining tourism, tell us, how do you even get to know that? How do you connect that maybe this person is visiting this place? How do you price the destinations? What should a young person know if they want to be maybe tourism operators?
Okay, if they want to be tourism operators, that is for like, I would say a business. Yeah, they want to start as a business. Yes. As a business, of course, you need first of all to get equipped with the knowledge. It's really important to go through the formal aspects of tourism. That is one thing. And then when you finally get to that, first you need to have the passion, because you have to be passion driven. Without the passion, you cannot move a company. And of course, the lot that you have to do, like to ensure that it is in line with the government policies. You make sure you have the certificates, it is licensed. And then if it is, for example, the business itself is tourism, tours and travel, you will need to have the resources. For example, the vehicles that are tailored towards the standards of Uganda Tourism Board. We have the likes of the extended land cruisers that offers a very conducive and comfortable interior and feel you get while on your trip. Even the standard spacing of the seats. So that kind of vehicle you need to have. And then the open roof, basically an ideal vehicle for tourism, not just any vehicle.
How much is an extended Land Cruiser?
Of course, yes. Now, when you get into this, you first have to get into business plan, where you're going to look into how much you're going to scope to have this dream come true. Yeah, sometimes it's not easy, but of course, if you're focused and you play your cards so well, you'll definitely reach there.
So I would love to comment before we even go in. I love this. Speaking of interior design, you guys, you should visit this place. This place is so beautiful. I love the interior. So what has made me even run to that point of the beauty of this place, the office? What caused the curious tours and travel? What's behind that? What was the problem you wanted to address joining the industry? What was the inspiration behind that? Yeah.
The clients have various, expectations. They're enough most feeling we scoop it out by providing them the best we can in terms of service. Yeah, the lot that we offer to them, but while we're offering that, we ensure quality, maintain, and then also, so that when they go out, for example, for a trip, they have a mind-blowing experience where everyone is like, yes, you get the value for money gets back. Yeah.
And actually, for the purpose of our viewers who are watching us today, the most important is yesterday, by the way, just for you guys forgot to talk about this.
Oh, we did. I know what you're going to say. In fact, we are still in the World Tourism Week.
And that is why this show comes in handy. And we want to understand, how has Curious Tours and Travels Agency responded to the World Tourism Day? What are those initiatives, or activities that you have done yesterday, actually, because it was just yesterday, right? So what are those activities as Curious Tours and Travel? What have you done to respond to World Tourism Day?
Well, to that, I think we had a contribution. Okay. First of all, we have a platform that we always share our best messages. Yeah, I think it was more to do with the message of the day. Yeah. The theme was green.
Yeah, green tourism.
Green tourism. Yes. Yeah, if you look at the symbol green, it talks about nature, and that is what we're really trying to promote. Yeah, so that is what we shared with the different platforms, and we had them in heart anyway.
Great.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe before somebody comes in. It's very important that we also understand the trends that are ongoing in the tourism industry. We want to know what are those trends that Curious Tours has been able to, be involved in, and
even what has attracted more people.
What has made people get attracted or drive traffic to Curious Tours?
The most important thing is interactions.
Interaction.
When you have a perfect link, a system that connects you with the different, client base, you will definitely get there. Okay. So we have been getting through the social media platforms. We have so many handles, the Facebook, LinkedIn, count them, and then the powerful website. That is also one form of interactions that we tend to attract.
You get that picture.
We dangle to them, and then once they get closer, we catch them up. That is the way we're rolling through with this business, yeah.
So for someone out there, social media is so important.
Very important.
Very important.
Yeah.
I would like to ask about in regards to the theme of promoting green tourism.
Yes.
Why do you think going green in regards to tourism is so important, and what should young people because I presume that when you go green, not only are you preserving the environment, but you're also attracting clients because they feel you're protecting the environment within which they live.
Yeah, we need to be...
Actually, before you answer it, do you think protecting the environment or going green is a way of attracting people to tourism?
Honey, for people who love nature like me, you have to care about the environment. If you want to, for people to experience more.
Is tourism more about maintaining or conserving the environment?
Okay, because climate change has come into play, yes, So, and for us, we are not, okay, Africans, okay, Ugandans here are not, but for the people out there who have the money actually, the 80-20, the guys who are few but have the resources to maybe run your tours, to give you the revenue, actually care because they are feeling the heat, the climate change effects out there. So it's very important.
Take care of places like forests. Honestly, how will the baboons survive?
Yeah,
You have to
definitely.
care.
You
Yeah.
know, when they talk about
Love them.
green, it's symbolic. They talk about preservation.
Yeah.
We have the different wildlife. You remember, wildlife. It ranges from. I already talked about the birds, the animals, the topography of the area and the likes. Of course, even the forest, grassland. All these give a niche to tourism. Now, if we don't protect it, definitely we're going to lose it. Nobody's going to get attracted to come and see, for example, the thick, impenetrable forest, Bwindi. Yeah, that harbors, it keeps, it's like an habitat for the what? And by the way, to tell you a secret, gorilla is leading in this industry. In terms of, revenue, yes. Yeah, gorilla tracking is leading.
Whoever is watching
So,
us, please,
so like,
are we part of revenue? You may assume differently. You might think maybe revenues are source of revenue streams.
Yeah, since we were talking about going green, how do you think the young people, because like somebody said, how do you think we can entice young people out there to mind about the environment?
actually,
And how can green tourism be done though?
okay, one thing is we need to observe the do's and don'ts. The tourism has its do's and don'ts. One thing is, for example, not involving yourself into deforestation. That's the one thing. And then the green aspect, not only to nature, to the trees, but also even to animals. We need not to kill them. The birds, we need not to shoot them.
Poaching.
Even ants. It's amazing when we were getting through the trainings. It was amazing to learn that even ants, that doesn't matter to us, the Africans, is so unique. You don't need to step them. When you find them in their colony, please raise your legs and skip over. That is.
But whoever travels, do they maintain those rules and regulations? How do you ensure that whoever travels, preferably with you, with your agents?
Of course, yes. Now, you know, we have trained tourist guides. Okay. When you get these clients, you're not going to leave them alone, but you'll be guiding them through. First of all, if it's, for example, nature walk, you need to brief them on what you're going to do, and then the do's and don'ts, all those things, the park rules, you get through all those things. Yeah, so that now when you eventually get there, everyone is alert. It is like in the system. Yeah, so that is how we eventually, exactly. So who is providing a lot of support there, because they have their based within the different parks, and it offers a very good, guidance. Okay. Yes.
Well, the industry seems to be picking from the COVID things and all that. So that has made me think of, for the time being in the industry, what are those challenges you've encountered and you feel like they need to be out there for the young people to be aware of in case they want to involve themselves in the tourism businesses here?
Somebody, do you think tourism has challenges?
Why? Yes, there's roads. Roads. And also, don't you? Okay, for me what I want to know, you people are doing tourism online. Yes. Don't you face a problem with hackers? Because the guys who might approve a ticket or approve a flight, yet they're not actually flying. And then somehow, you take them on. I don't know. Haven't you faced those problems? We are having an issue of potholes. When those tourists come here and then they see these potholes, do they come back to your...
Have you been seeing the trending memes?
On Twitter? On Twitter? Yeah, so what are those challenges? Because that's what we feel, but you as the manager, Curious Travels, Tours and Travels.
I would say, as Curious, we term those ones external factors. Okay. That sometimes we may not have control over. For example, infrastructure, the roads. We as an institution cannot go and clearing the parks, and by the way, you can even be charged for trespass. So in that view, I would really urge the government perhaps to step in to ensure that this is what we eat from and therefore should be maintained. Yeah, if they could make the infrastructures very, appealing and conducive, the better.
Speaking of government, do you think government has played its role in supporting the tourism industry?
Government is playing its role because it has the other arm. Tourism has two arms, the government and then the private sector. So on the hand of the government, they're trying their best. They have those establishments, established institutions like the UA, UTB, name them. UEC, yeah, you know them. So somehow they're trying their best. But of course, I cannot stand out to say that maybe they're not doing their best or what, but then I would say they're doing their best. But if also they could add a little more, energy to seeing that the issues pertaining to tourism is really held very well. Yes. Because it is one way the government is really...
Money. Mr. Rupini, why do you think that domestic tourism has increased in Uganda?
Domestic tourism?
Because those days, everyone would really want to go out.
Yeah. There's something, we talk about exposure. Yeah. There's this common say, if you only eat of your mother's, food, you may not know what is out there. Exactly, other dishes. So before you realize you're biting your fingers and the likes. So I'm talking about exposure in terms of awareness. Initially, perhaps the rural communities or maybe the indigenous in Uganda, for the local people, were not aware that even the things that they have are valuable. Yeah, because like if you take one example, we have Mashishon Falls. It has always been there. The water has been running there. But until the whites came and explored it, he had a challenge for the Samuel Baker. I know you know about that.
Actually, I get disappointed. Who was the first? Who discovered River Nile? John Speak. But weren't the Africans around to?
Were they not there?
Weren't they there to see? Was he the first to really see that lake, or river?
So it is from that point that the Africans realize now, oh, I think there's something good here. That is why probably the domestic industry is trying to pick up. They're trying to see meaning. And then also, the ones who interact with the whites, they really see the return. Perhaps it is more paying. And everyone feels like, oh, I think I can do something also for myself. After it is natural, God-given. Yeah. Why can't I create something and get some money from it?
But I think I also don't blame the natives, because, for example, let me use a good example and say it. My friends usually tell me, Pane, who is that chick called Brenya? Brenya is so cute. She's so, yeah. But me, when I think I say Brenya every day, so I say she's normal. It's normal. Like, what are you talking about? So I think that's something that happened. Like, the whites come and really see that the place looks good. And for us, we are just seeing normal things.
And there's something to do with adaptation. Yeah. There's something always that, when you visit the pit latrine for the first time, the stench is like, you feel like throwing up. But the more time you give it, the more you start getting comfortable. You start even swallowing saliva. Yeah. And I think that is the point the natives, only the domestic tourism is trying to pick. They're trying to get now used, oh, I think there's something here.
Despite the fact.
Actually, since talking about domestic tourism, I am so curious, just like we are curious, to find out those areas, those places that you normally find so attractive to take people to. If a customer or a client walks in here right now, what are those places that you're going to use to market yourself as an agent? So like, if we take you this place, you're going to like it, you're going to retain it. So what are those areas, what are those places that are very attractive in Uganda that bring out the tourism industry?
As we know, is the Pearl of Africa.
Oh God.
And then we are placed.
Yes.
Because with these memes happening,
people are thinking twice about it.
Yeah, it's the Pearl of Africa. Why? It is blessed with 10 different national game parks with I don't know how many reserves. The reserves are also there. Now, of the 10, they also offer varieties. When you go, for example, to Kidepo, Kidepo is a grassland. And the type of animals that live in the grassland are quite unique. Different from when you go to a forest, So that kind of environment. Now, if you go to Mashison Falls, it also offers you a different experience. Go to Buindi, the same, different. So all these give us unique setups.
So those are the places.
Yeah, then, yes. For example, if you go to Kidepo, the Sipi Falls along that road, that doesn't exist in these other national parks. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So all
I'm
those
just
different-
picturing
all those
Sipi
different,
Falls.
realities.
Yeah,
make
yeah.
it
Apart from the different destinations, for a young person wanting to get into this business, what are the needs of the customer, of a basic tourist? What do they want to get out of their tourism experience?
or when they go?
Yeah, when they are moving, like what? Because at the end of the day, if someone is joining the business, they should understand what are they to offer, so they're able to earn
First
money.
thing is product knowledge. Once you have the product knowledge, you are going to tailor your activities and services on point.
Okay.
You get? That is one thing. And then,
What do they?
and then what they want, like if they go out, they should always have a professional guide, tourist guide, who will take them through all their heart desires, explaining to them the nitty-gritties of all the things they see. Yeah, for example, if you take a nature walk, you're going to look at footprints. You're going to look at, the physical animals.
There's this activity, I want to ask if you people do it. This activity that is amazing. Sometimes you go and don't even see it. Bird watching.
Bird watching.
Is there bird watching in Uganda?
It is there. Bird watching is
All I know is flamingo is in Nakuru, Lake Nakuru.
no.
We have so many species, very beautiful birds.
Yes, please continue with the activities. Those bird watching is
Yeah.
done. And what other activities, please? You can continue the activities. What
Yeah,
activities do you-
we have bird watching. Then we also, when you're doing bird watching, you're analyzing the different species of birds and their behavior. You see, and then we also have.
It is okay. We are talking. Okay. Let's take a short commercial break, and we shall be right back as we still discuss the different tourism hacks and strategies to take while you join the tourism sector.
Smart 24, driving business.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cashback every week. It's free of charge.
Tuli Gulu City tujja kutuuka buli wamu gobosaaga.
Tuze kulaba ba merchants baffe abo ab'omugaso ennyo gye tuli abakozesa merchant codes zaffe.
I'm very excited right now.
Very excited.
Yes, you people can't see, but I'm very excited.
Kakati wano eggulu tulinawo merchant waffe omu wa Paula restaurant.
When I heard of this promotion, I didn't even think it was true. But I told my clients, if you have Momo, it's better you pay with Momo.
In the morning, I was so scared, but now my temperature is coming down because I've seen you people when you came home. I'm encouraging people, always when there's opportunity for something, participate.
Si byabagagga era abantu baffe betuwadde epikipiki nga 13 eziise bantu baffe ba bulijjo era munnayuganda amanye nti kino ekintu kyaffe ffenna.
Use the Momo app or dial *165 *3#.
Say goodbye to paperwork and travel costs. Now every MTN customer can register to invest in securities anytime and anywhere with Zabu in a few simple steps. Step 1. Dial *292#. Step 2. Select option 1. Register with Zabu. Step 3. Enter your full names. Step 4. Enter your national identification number. Step 5. Enter your national identification card number. In 24 hours, you will receive an SMS confirming your registration. Congratulations, you are now ready to invest.
Let's live it up and party party and have cracking good fun. When it comes to edutainment, DSTV's number one.
Is everybody ready to go, go, go?
We've got the zaniest characters to transport you away. The party is cracking, so why not come play? You're gonna love it. We've got so many channels and a ton of new shows, like Disney and Nickelodeon, where anything goes. So live it up with DSTV. We bring the fun. You know we're number one.
Smart 24, driving business.
For those watching us, welcome back from that commercial break, and we are back at the Youth Business Launch Show to guide you on those tourism trends and strategies that you need to support your tourism business. Of course, if you're out there and you want to start a tourism business, it is a time that you will learn so much. And we want to make this show very exciting, and one of the ways we can do that is to bring you a queen. We have a queen on set, Miss Tourism Teso, who is also the face of Curious Tours and Travels Agency. And of course, she's going to give us more insights on what tourism is all about, what inspires her to be the queen of Miss Teso. What are those inspirations and motivations that she has had over the years to make her who she is right now, the queen she is right now? You are most welcome.
Thank you.
And of course, as
Queen Twin.
Let's give you the platform to introduce yourself to our audience,
Yeah.
tell us who you are, and why a crown on your head.
Thank you very much. My name is Akelo Betty. I'm the face of Curious and Miss Tourism Teso. I have the crown. Miss Curious gave it to me because they believed I could be the best for them. Like I'm the face.
Yeah.
I could be able to market and push them very well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So for someone that is watching us out there, the tourism industry has a variety of opportunities. For example, if you're out there and you want to wear a beautiful crown like hers, so get inspired and come into
There's a
this.
reason why some like that have a crown right now.
Oh my God.
Really? Really? Clinton,
Yeah, I'm
did you have to come for me on set? Anyway, there's something that I've learned on set right now is that for anyone that is coming for tourism, should actually get someone who is outstanding in society and use them as the face for to sell them out there, because I think it actually gets
Someone with
business for
passion.
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
with
that's
passion.
one of the hacks, and I hope you're attentive. So speak to us, Queen.
Tourism, you have to have passion to be in this sector. You have to have passion for wildlife, passion for the community, passion for greening in tourism. That's the thing this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have to have love for all this to be able to be in this sector, because without love, where are you in this sector?
Well, since
Yeah.
you're into the marketing bits
Yeah.
and the face of Curious, the agency, how would you maybe, what are those few strategies in terms to marketing for a young person watching us now that are interested into joining this sector? Yeah.
I would say we have embraced tourism, as let me say in the part of Curious Tours,
Yeah.
because that's us. We have embraced tourism, and the fact that a number of travelers, or a lot of travelers, have embraced to rely on social media. That is how we can reach them. And us as Curious, we have embraced that. So we use tourism to reach our clientele. So we post. We always keep our customers updated. Then the customers that have traveled with us, we always try to encourage them to share their travel experiences with the community on social media, so that they can build trust and authenticity.
So basically, you're letting the
One thing
social
that
media
has
work
shocked-
for you.
Yeah, social media.
One thing that has shocked me this whole episode, I just feel like joining the tourism business is expensive. Clinton, what do you have to say about
Yeah,
that?
isn't it for the rich?
Yeah,
Can a
so-
21-year-old
I know,
somebody
can
join
someone
tourism
manage?
as a
Can
managing
they join?
director or CEO?
I think
What's your
I think
take?
You can, if
Yeah,
you're
you
21. I think you can. First of all, as she mentioned, even our previous guest said, it starts with passion.
Yes.
Do you have the
Clinton, I
passion?
might be passionate about something, but then I'll lack the funds.
The funds.
Okay,
That's
okay.
all.
Actually,
for support, for
actually,
status.
there is something I would like to ask. Okay, for a person that is part of tourism, do you have any knowledge of any hubs, business hubs that are actually assisting tourism? Tourism, like tourism startups. Are there any tourism startups apart from the ones that established businesses? Are there any people, young people that have
any partners that are supporting the sector?
That are supporting young tourism startup owners?
The government and even the tourism board.
Okay.
If you go and
has packages.
Yes. You go and express the passion
and interest.
And the interest, and then you show them that you really want this, you're really into this. They will really try and help you out.
Well, I think to maybe talk more about that, I have friends. I just feel like young people have embraced the sector, by the way. Shout out to Sad Shots. He takes pictures all over. Shout out Kayondo, the trip addicts. Yes, really Kayondo Ibra. Yeah, I feel like young people have really embraced the sector and they're earning a lot. You just have to be passionate and maybe seek advice about certain things from the people. For example, our Miss Tourism here. You can maybe.
I'm
telling you.
Right
I'm so.
You have no idea.
I'm so interested.
Yes.
Mama, I'm so interested in the bit of you being Miss Tourism. Because this is something for the young girls out there. How do you think Miss Tourism is enabling young people get into Miss Tourism? And actually, before any of that, how do you take part? Like, how are you able to participate? Like,
the criteria of how.
Yeah. Where do you start from if you're to join, to be part of Miss Tourism?
Miss Tourism, you have to be well versed with English. Like it has to be like clean.
How about
English.
artists? So you should think you're very good at artists. So you're selling our culture.
We are selling our culture, but we are selling it to people outside our culture.
Okay.
Because the people in our culture already know it. So people outside have to know about it. So you have to know our mother tongue, and then you also have
the
to
English.
know English. Because it's tourism and we are marketing. Yeah.
Okay. Then apart from the linguistic bit of it, what else?
What do they consider? You have to
What
be tall,
should you have hips?
Should you be?
You know, to have that curve.
Should you have a cute smile like yours?
Yeah.
What should you have? Yes.
Not really. You have to have an A-level certificate or its equivalent. Then and the mother tongue and the English.
Only?
Yes.
And then you walk through and become Miss Tourism?
And try your best, because there are a lot of beauticans out there.
Okay.
You guys can all be beauticans, but how you think, yes.
Yes.
I
So
used
how?
to think being a queen, you just have to be a little bit
And
slim, and I feel like just for
that is the 80 years. It changed.
So how is Miss Tourism a window letting young girls participate or take part in tourism? If it's a window, then we could let young people actually be encouraged to take part of it.
Yeah, it is a window, because I, for one, I was this girl who would be at home, and I just had passion for being a representative. Okay, I had love for being a representative all my life. So I was like, why shouldn't I take part in this? They let me in, and that is nice, and that is how Curious Tours and Travel took me in to be their face. And here
you are.
Here am I, in front of a TV.
I wanted to ask you, being the face of Curious Tours and Travel Agency, how do you feel about that, and what are some of the contributions you have made so far? And what is it like to be the face of a full agency, a full organization? Do you think it's something that is too much on the shoulders, or do you think it's something that you have embraced and you love about it?
And as a face, what do you do to sell at the tourism company out there?
Okay, I'll start by saying that I love being the face of Curious. At the face, I have to market Curious Tours and Travel. I handle the accounts, like the social media accounts. I try to push.
It's going to be like the accounts.
No, they're not.
It's going to be like some money.
The social media accounts.
Okay.
And also, like, how would I pull this up? I'm trying to bring it up in a way that we all understand it. this it's not a huge burden if you love something. Like when you love something, it's always smooth because you're going to do it with passion. As I said earlier, in this sector, you have to have passion. You have to have passion to do something.
Okay.
I beg your pardon on your question because that's answering it.
Yes, my question was, you are as a face of a tourism company, because you are a face, and that you have a way of selling them out. So I would like you to give hacks on anyone who is going to be the face of any tourism company. How should they sell this company out there? Because at the end of the day, they are paying you. And you also being in that position is participating in the tourism. We are encouraging young people to take part in.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to be, first of all, you have to be friendly. Let me say you have to be friendly with people because you have to communicate with a number of people to tell them about, because being a face, you have to market. You have to be in the marketing sector. So you have to find a way to talk to different kind of people. You have to understand people. You have to, be friendly. I think is what's the term I should use?
Friendliness.
You're being friendly to people. Understand how customer relations.
Being friendly to people, she has mentioned, and I think to me that's very core when you want to be part of tourism. But of course, I've been friendly to Miss Tourism. That's why she is on our set today, and we cannot thank you enough for being a part of this very segment. And for those who are watching us, we shall be back. Stay tuned. Of course, we are still continuing with our amazing episode today, which was discussing tourism trends and strategies for the youth. Now, as we conclude our amazing show, we are going to conclude this episode with remarks from the managing director of Curious Tours and Travels Agency, who's going to tell us about how they engage with the community. What are those future implications, or what are those future insights that they would like to share with us today? And of course, I'm ready in his office here at Curious Tours Agency, where he's going to tell us more about the future insights. He's going to discuss with us a few remarks as we conclude our amazing episode. Welcome, Mr. Farid Muvanya. Thank you so much for joining us, and you're most welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you. Welcome to Curious.
Yes.
Like you said, I am Farid Muvunyi. I am the managing director, Curious Tours and Travel.
Okay.
This year alone, we made a full year in the service, in the tourism service. On the 13th of March 2022 is when we were conceived, and is when Curious came into existence, 2022. And this year, 2023, we made a year. It's not been easy, especially with the previous pandemic that we've, COVID-19. It hit everyone, yes. The epidemic hit everyone globally, but the tourism sector was hit harder, I would want to assume, or I assume.
Yeah. And of course, as you're sharing about the COVID-19 attack and what happened to the country, how has the tourism industry responded? And maybe especially you can talk to us about the agency, how it has responded towards this COVID-19 post-outbreak.
Post-COVID. We've done our best through our community activities. We try as much as we can to create healthy awareness. Of course, we do not work alone. We work with different stakeholders, especially in the health industry. Without good health, there is no tourism. So us as Curious, what we do, we work with the different stakeholders in the health industry. By taking them to different communities within the country, taking them around the country, creating awareness of these pandemics and epidemics. After COVID, we were again hit by the Ebola that came from Congo. You realize when there is anything in Congo, anything negative in Congo, we are directly affected, because these are the routes that we take when we are going for the gorilla tracking in Bwindi and Mugahinga. So whenever our neighbors are affected in any way, we are directly hit. So the awareness that we create with our staff, we move around with health staff, Ministry of Health, with different hospitals. train people, you'll be surprised. So many people do not know how to wash hands.
Very surprising.
Very. They do not know. Okay, they do wash their hands, but they do not know how. They do not know how to do it the best way or a better way, so that they do not carry germs with their fingers and the fingernails. Immunization campaigns. We've been part and parcel. We as Curious, part and parcel of different immunization campaigns organized by the ministries.
All those are ways you've been engaging with the community.
Yes, in this way we get to the communities. We make sure that we spearhead the drives from hospitals to door. We do door-to-door activities, health activities. Yes, so in that way, we've managed to at least hit the best mark in that.
All right.
Yeah.
And as we wind up, Managing Director, we would like to know what Curious Tours' vision is for the next 5 years. What are you thinking as a future implication or as a future insight? Is that something you could share with us for us to understand what you're planning to do, considering you're actually still a baby in the industry? What are those things or what are those activities you are going to indulge in to ensure that you're sustainable in nature?
One, there is something that has been lost for some time, and that is, or neglected, that is domestic tourism in our country, Uganda. Before we look at our neighbors or the international tourism community, let us look at our country, Uganda here. Local or domestic tourism at the moment is booming. And in that way we are trying our level best to see that we promote it to the best stage. We make sure that we make the Ugandans fall in love with their country. The president usually preaches about patriotism, and I think this is what we are doing. We sponsor different activities, tourism activities. Recently we were part of the Miss Teso beauty pageant, tourism pageant, and we were behind all that. We intend to do more training, tourism training, community, free of charge.
Which means you're also involved in capacity building.
Capacity building. This is something that we do. When you go to the northern Uganda, we are putting up something that will, at that time, we shall talk about it. It's a farm where we intend to employ different people in their different capacities. Because we intend to have a community school, a community hospital, a leisure center at that place. But we shall talk about it that time, when that time really comes. Yes. Something else we are involved into charity. Organize. We as Curious have some bit of it as a charity organization. In that we visit the less privileged in different societies or communities. Recently we were in Kisoro for the Batwa. We didn't do Kasese, but it is in our program, the Batwa. We do charity. We go to religious centers. There's very many religious organizations. So we partner with the religious organizations that take us deep down into the community, where we donate clothes, shoes, scholastic materials, and maybe something else that we intend to do, or in the future. In the future, we are coming up with a big brand of a training facility.
That's right.
Training facility for tour operators.
And who are we training in particular?
In particular, we are training customer care people. We realize that in our so many do tourism, but there is something lacking, which is customer service. So our goal, our main goal is service excellence in this whole thing of tourism.
As we conclude, your last remarks, I would like you to give a simple advice for any young person watching this show. What would you advise them in case they would love and have the passion to join the tourism industry, what can you tell a young person of our age, obviously, the youth bracket? What can you advise them as we conclude?
One thing I would want to tell the youth, or I urge the youth, without passion, don't go for it.
Exactly.
Especially tourism.
Yes.
It is driven by passion. Yes. If you think you can do something without passion, I am sorry. Yes. It maybe you never know, but it is passion driven. Yes. I urge all the youth, wherever they are, in whatever you think you can do best, please go for it and do it.
For those watching us, passion has been the driver for tourism, and if you want to join the tourism industry, passion must be your goal. It must be something that you should be having on the inside of you in order for you to succeed in the tourism industry. Of course, the Youth Business Lounge as always loves you and always appreciates you, and every time you join us every Saturday, and of course watching the repeat every Sunday is amazing. Catch us live next Saturday as we continue with the Youth Business Lounge. We love you. See you next time. Bye-bye.
See you.
Smart 24.